I, complex numbers, I to the minus 1, etc, etc. So basically, all you need to know is I equals root minus 1. Why is that true? So basically, every number has two numbers that if you times together will give that number. The problem is we know that every square number must be equal to something which is bigger than 0, because a minus times a minus is a plus. So why is this different? So basically what happened was, a very smart man was doing cubic graphs, and he found this cubic, and he was like, this cubic should have 3 roots. But when it came up, it only had give us a second. It only had 1 root. Well, that would have another root, but you get the opinion. So he decided that instead of there not only just being 1 root, there are 3 roots. Just 2 of these roots are not a real number. So a real number is basically Roman numerals, something that looks like this. It's like for every real number. But root 1 over root minus 1 is not a real number. So that is basically the premise of how it was made and why it's a thing. It is, in conclusion, no one really knows. It's 2 numbers that if you times together would give minus 1, and that number is I. So if you were to times these i's together, you would get minus 1. So it's literally just 2 numbers that times together to give minus 1. That is what I is. So what can you do with I? You can add it. You can subtract. You can times. And you can divide. You can also square I. So I squared equals minus 1 squared, which is just minus 1. So I squared is minus 1. So say if you had a quadratic looking thing like I plus 5, I minus 7, that would be I squared minus 2i minus 35, because obviously I. And then I squared here would be the equivalent to this here, which would be minus 1 minus 2i minus 35 is minus 2i minus 36. So simple. There's also another complex number we used, which is, where is it? Is z. So, but it's a special z because it looks like this, and it can be z1, z6, z infinity really. And what you can do with it is you can set variables to this, such as z1 equals 3i plus 7, z2 equals 7i plus 1. What you can do is you can do z1, z2, and then that would be 3i plus 7, 7i plus 1. So that would give 21i squared plus 52i plus 7, which is minus 21 plus 52i plus 7, which is 52i minus 14. Simple. So that is I complex numbers and what you can do with it. Peace.